Hello and welcome to another room meal. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and this episode is what the fuck happened to South Park Stick of Truth. Now, I'll give you a brief rundown of what the game was. It was an RPG game based in the South Park universe, and essentially it was a bit of a spoof on many things, but you can compare it a lot to Lord of the Rings, and I'm not a big fan of Lord of the Rings, personal opinion, but essentially doing a real world fantasy role play, all the little kids in town, and it's all to do with a stick of truth rather than the one true ring or whatever. So yeah, that was essentially the game, and apparently it borrowed a lot of mechanics from other RPGs, one of which being Final Fantasy VII, and it had the turn-based combat systems, and I don't know, it looked like a throwback and a sort of love letter to RPGs of old, as well as a send-up at the same time done by the South Park guys, who were writing the script and Matt Downtown and done all the voices, really heavily involved. Matt Stone, Trey Parker in the game. They in fact they delayed their recording of a South Park season by I think a year, maybe two. I think it was a year, because this game was apparently meant to be that season, but obviously they had THQ as their publisher. Now this is where the rumours start. THQ went under, so in January they're bankrupt, which is unsurprising. I mean, towards the end they were a terrible publisher. They're absolutely atrocious, especially with their online support for their games, and they had a tendency to rush games out, and they needed to make money. They was bleeding money, and they needed to make money, so they rushed games out, and games came out, and they were really poor, and people just saw straight through it and didn't buy it, which is a good thing, because you shouldn't buy a substandard product. It's unfortunate. One day there was a great studio, and now they're no more. That's the way things go. But towards the end, they started selling off all their franchises just before they closed up shop, essentially. And they've sold, various franchises like Metro, Saints Row, and, WWE, Red Faction, the lot. They've all been sold off, and Ubisoft managed to get the rights to a game, or South Park Stick of Truth, the game. And there was a court hearing and stuff as to who actually owned the rights and who was going to get the money from the sale or something along those lines between South Park Studios and THQ, because THQ never actually owned the intellectual property of South Park Stick of Truth. It was all created, written and done by Matt Stone and Trey Parker, and they already owned the rights to the South Park name and everything else. So there was a bit of a court hearing, and that's all been kept very quiet and under closed doors and cloak and dagger type thing. But so no one really knows what's actually gone on there. But the end result we do know. Ubisoft have got it. Ubisoft have got the publishing rights. THQ don't know whether they got anything for their contributions towards the game, whether there was any or not, I don't know. But we know that it's been published by Ubisoft and it's been developed still by Obsidian and South Park Studios, which is a great thing. Now, brief rundown on Obsidian. They done Fallout New Vegas and various other RPGs. They're pretty much an RPG specialised developer. So if anyone's going to do an RPG with South Park, Obsidian are going to do it, really. They're the ones that are going to get all the mechanics nailed down, and everything's going to feel exactly how it should. So it's not just some amateur monkeys like previous South Park games, like Revenge of Scott Tenorman on the XBLA, and I don't know, that one that came out on the N64 that was trying to be like GoldenEye but South Park or something. I don't know. It was atrocious. If you want to laugh, check out that game. It's terrible. But yeah, so they've got it and they're developing it, and a possible placeholder date has been put in. Can't tell whether it is a placeholder or not, but the date that they have announced for the game is December 31st in 2013. Now, this would suggest that the game itself was not in a releasable state for the date of, anywhere near releasable state for March, because Obsidian are not known for rushing their games, and even when they do take their time, they can come out with a few bugs. So God knows what kind of state the game was in when THQ still had hold of it and was going to release it on March 5th. In a way, you can be thankful that they shut up shop, because this game may actually turn out to be the great, wonderful send-up of RPGs of old, infused with some South Park comedy, as it should have been, or will be, maybe. We don't know yet, but it's all very exciting that this game and many others franchises have not died due to THQ's failings, and that we will be seeing, I mean, Saints Row the 4th, or 4, whatever they're calling it, Saints Row number 4, the one that comes after 3, whatever they're going to call it, has actually already been announced. So, I mean, you can expect a Metro game, a Red Faction game, sometime in the future, God knows when, but it will be happening, and it's great. So, everyone can rest easy. Some of their favourite franchises are not dying. Well, that's all from me, and I hope you enjoyed the South Park Tower Defense gameplay. It's not bad. It's not brilliant either. It's a tower defense game. They're all relatively the same thing. You know, you can't really comment much on a tower defense game. It's put towers down and hope for the best. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out featured channels in the description. And, well, I'll give you my opinions on South Park Stick of Truth when it does come out, whether it's December 31st or January or February next year. Because like I said, it could be a placeholder. Now yeah, thank you for watching and goodbye.